I also would like to thank Ben, old buddy, old douche of the Drunken Peasants, for trying to go and EFAP my stream from last night, and instead all it's doing is just giving me more views. As Chris Rock said in my favorite line from Dogma, you just did him a favor, stupid. All of that and all the major lines I did last night of my spontaneous video bashing Ben, and it wasn't until I was looking for photos of the guy for the thumbnail that I remembered, oh yeah, he's the one of those two assholes who wore the Soviet Union shirt unironically. So if only I had remembered he was the one of those two who did that, because then I definitely would have gone and dug in some more. Although I did mention how knowing a lunatic freak like him who hates Eric July with such a psychotic passion, the type of anti-Eric July people who like to take pictures of themselves with the headstones of Eric July's dead family members who he named Rippaverse comic characters out of after. Well, I mentioned also at the end of the video, well, my family name is up on the wall at the Holocaust Museum of all those victims. Knowing him, probably hearing that probably now is the only way he's ever able to get an erection. And Nick also says, yeah, Ben from Drunken Peasants was so salty last night, and now as expected right now, he's doing a stream about you saying about me coping. Really, bitch? Really? The man who kept on screaming how you're not fat? Oh, yeah, how much weight you've lost? Yeah, I say to you who I can't stand, and I say to guys on YouTube who I like Az, yeah, you may be losing weight, but just because you lost some weight doesn't mean you still have a whole hell of a lot more weight to lose. That's it. If anything, Az is right now at that awkward stage of somebody who's been horribly obese for a long time and wants to lose weight. And yes, if you've really seen them for a long time, you see the effort is paying off. But now they're at that middle stage where clearly there's like another 40 to 50 something pounds for them to drop. And yeah, Ben, old boy, just because you're not as much of a roly-poly, live-action, permanent 24/7 cosplayer of the Blob from X-Men, just because you're not as much of a white Gabriel Iglesias as you were before, that doesn't mean that you got something big. Oh yes, Torch C. We've got Torch C in the chat. Yes, those Drunken Peasants freaks, well, they don't give up. So I thought, well, after a couple months of ignoring them, but since they keep rolling, like a good old Fred Durst performing that song at WrestleMania 19, I thought, why don't we go and smack them around again? They seem to be a glutton for punishment. They seem to prefer Risperdal, the reason. So very much like encountering the Drunken Peasants in a crowded hallway, yeah, some encounters are just plain inevitable. So I smack them around. The kind of guys where the only difference between them and Movie Bob is the fact that they both have hair. That's all I can say. Or as somebody left a comment on my Psylocke stream from the other day, from last week, was that the Drunken Peasants fell apart when they replaced fat, ugly dudes with more fatties. When the bread tube lines are low, they have to stir shit to get drama money. Well, the fact is that, they don't understand how those debate me bro rant sona tactics work. Is that the debate me bro rant sona tactics work if you're going after a channel that has more subscribers than you. But since Eric July won't take the bait in appearing on their channel to debate them, bro, that means they have to go after somebody, and they're so desperate for that they're going after a channel like me who's got 2.5K subs when they're supposed to be having 108K. Well, I wonder how many of them are bots. Well, we already have been getting a pretty good empirical assessment of how many of them are bots by how many people that Vanessa V has been having to shit hammer tonight.